Okay, so today I want to cover something that I like to call the JScoop. And basically what that is the concept of throwing your floater for a vault, toss, flip, dog catch within the vertical space of a disc's pose. So a disc is about 10 inches wide. So we want to try and get our entire floater to happen within this distance, within this space. The reason for that is because if we're showing the dog the thing is going to happen here, and then we drop our hand all the way down to here to do our floater and then throw it all the way up, we're showing our dog that it's happening here, but the variance is here for where the disc is actually going to be. So it makes the game much more complicated for the dog to try and figure out the timing of that catch. So the JScoop, finger on the rim, vertical pose. I want you to make a letter J. So this is the long part of the J. You're gonna go down into the scoop, and then the whole rotation is gonna load here, finger on the rim, and you're gonna just pop it up right there. Pop it up right there. So that's the short part of the J. So here's the long part of the J. Here's the body of the J right here, the scoop. You're gonna load your wrist. And again, the short part of the J is shorter. I don't want you to pop it all the way up. It's just right there. You also notice I'm pulling the disc, my hand back a little bit. So that way the disc doesn't go up or to the side, it stays right in position. So we'll do it from the side now. So a vertical pose. I'm gonna go down to the bottom of the J, load my wrist, and pop it right there. Down to the bottom of the J, load my wrist, and pop it right there. So I want all of that to happen within this space, which is a vertical pose. Let's go from the other side. Pose is here. Go down and load my wrist, and then pop it up. Go down, load my wrist, and then pop it up. Go down, load my wrist, and then pop it up. So that way when the dog, you show them flip or dog catch or vault is gonna happen here, the disc is always going to be in that diameter, in that space. So it's much more likely the dog can predict where it's gonna be and catch it accurately. This does take some mechanical practice for the human. What we're trained to do is drop our hand and throw it up. Drop our hand and throw it up. So we're not gonna do the big hand drop. That's gonna be the first thing you're gonna notice that you do is drop your hand. You wanna just scoop to the bottom of the J and load your wrist. So from a close-up angle, it looks like that. So here's your pose, that's your load. Here's your pose, that's your load. That's the bottom of the J. And then from here, you just pop it up, right in place. Pop it up, right in place. So it's here, load to the bottom of the J, load your wrist, use your finger on the rim, and pull back. So the whole floater happens in the vertical space of the disc. This will make the game much more simple for your dog, much more clear, and it'll increase your catch percentage. But there are some mechanics to it. So just like everything else, 10,000 reps to mastery. So do this while you're just walking your dog at the park or you're bored sitting on the couch. Just practice this. Pose and spin it right where you're posing it. Instead of dropping your hand and pushing it up, right here to the bottom of the J, load your wrist, and pop it up. Have fun.